The Long Dark is a tough survival game, challenging you to survive in the brutal Canadian wilderness. You'll explore a variety of regions, some that are peaceful and forgiving, and others where one wrong turn will end your 50-day run. Today we're going to focus on the absolute worst places to make any mistake. If you've played The Long Dark, I know that you know that feeling of dread when you're entering certain regions, and in this video we're going to analyze what it is that makes these specific maps so good at ending runs. Let's dive in. Up first is Hush River Valley, a region that feels maze-like, with death lurking around every corner. One of the biggest challenges of the region is the fact that it has no man-made shelters. No trailers, no cabins, that also means no workbenches, forcing you to rely on caves for shelter from the weather. And finding caves is no easy task. The map is laid out very vertically, making you wind up and down until you are able to locate shelter. A small respite in the region is the ice cave system, but it comes with the caveat of being very dark and long, requiring time and experience to map the system in your mind. Outside of the caves, the weather is harsh in this region and the wildlife is plentiful, with bears and wolves appearing frequently throughout the area. Because of the twists and turns and fallen debris that litters the region, your ability to spot predators from far away is limited, forcing you to constantly watch over your shoulder to avoid surprise attacks. If you're being pursued by a predator, good luck. Without much shelter to hide out in, you'll be pursued for long distances. You'll run out of energy and you could easily get cornered. The best way to succeed here is if you come in mid to late run when you already have the supplies you need to set yourself up. If you go in blind or underprepared, you don't stand much of a chance at all. Next is Bleak Inlet. This region is home to the cannery, which allows for advanced crafting like ammunition, but the risk versus reward of this region is definitely something players can go back and forth about. Bleak Inlet is notorious for being home to timberwolf packs, groups of wolves that hunt you together, biting at you, chasing you, and wearing you down. They aren't easily scared off, nor is it easy to fight them off, making encounters with them incredibly stressful. In addition to the prevalence of predators in this region, the weather in Bleak Inlet is extremely cold. The wind chill in certain areas of the region will cut right through even the warmest clothes and force you to power through and search for shelter, which in certain areas of the map is somewhat limited. It's honestly no wonder that so many runs end in this region. I know I've been there. There's no question that Bleak Inlet has solid reward due largely to the cannery and crafting available at it, but the risk is just as high. Timberwolves don't play and neither does the weather in this region. Up next is Ash Canyon. Ash Canyon is an undeniably beautiful region, with deep icy gorges and towering cliffs that can be traversed using precarious rope bridges and mountaineering ropes. And that's where one of the major challenges of this region comes in, because to move around the region you will need to carefully manage your energy levels. Climbing ropes will exhaust you, and if you don't account for that, you could easily end up stuck out in the open to face the elements. There's some very unique loot in Ash Canyon that can help you survive here, and honestly really anywhere in the game, but you'll have to take on the terrain to find it. The layout of Ash Canyon also means that when you're being pursued by dangerous wildlife, you'll be juggling sprinting energy and emergency climbing energy just in case you get cornered somewhere where you have to climb to escape. You might have to make the tough decision as to whether injury from an animal or from falling is worse. Another major hazard of Ash Canyon is the weather, which is unpredictable and very dangerous when it's bad. Blizzards and strong winds hitting you while out in the open near a cliff edge or on one of the bridges can easily end your run. And good luck finding somewhere to warm up, as this region is sparse when it comes to safe and warm indoor locations. There's no question that players are drawn to Ash Canyon, not just for the loot, but for the beauty and feeling of solitude that is so present in the area, but it can easily cause you to fade into the Long Dark if you don't manage your energy and calories with extreme care. Next, let's talk about Blackrock. A region that's home to a penitentiary, it's no wonder Blackrock is such a remote and dangerous region. Similar to Bleak Inlet, Blackrock is home to timberwolf packs, patrolling the twisting roads and narrow canyons of the region. They aren't the only predators though, as you have to watch out for bears and wolves who similarly take advantage of the, at times, very claustrophobic layout of areas to trap you. Thinking ahead, protecting yourself, and avoiding choke points is a necessity to survive in Blackrock. The map of Blackrock feels especially confusing with the penitentiary located centrally surrounded by roads, canyons, a large river. The penitentiary itself is complicated to navigate, especially if you're trying to access the workshop. One benefit of the region is that it's home to more shelters long-term or temporary than a lot of the other regions on this list, making it easier, but not necessarily easy, to hide out during bad weather. So while weather may not be your primary concern, you'll have plenty more to worry about. This is a region that would be brutal to start a run on, because if you run into any wildlife, you'd be toast. finally, we have Sundered Pass. Sundered Pass feels like the region you go to if you want a brutal challenge. The area is defined by extremes: extreme cold, extreme terrain, and extreme wildlife. Sundered Pass is likely one of the coldest regions in the long dark, with temperatures getting lower and lower as you reach higher altitudes, often necessary to explore and loot the region. Even the best gear will be challenged by the climate of this region, forcing you to find shelter as you explore, which is often a challenge due to the scarcity of warm shelters. The landscape is treacherous, covered in steep cliffs and winding paths that force you to move slowly and carefully with your decreased speed, further exposing you to the hazards of the climate. And the wildlife here is absolutely no joke. There are a lot of timber wolves in certain parts of the map that travel in large packs that you will stand very little chance against. The region is also home to bears, wolves, and moose, ensuring that basically no matter where you are in this region, you have a good chance of encountering some dangerous wildlife. Sundered Pass has a little bit of everything, making it a truly hazardous region to take on. If you want to survive, you'll need to be skilled at inventory management and have an excellent memory for the layout of the terrain, and also a lot of luck to help you avoid all those timber wolves. Which of these regions has ended your longest run? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, which region you think is the hardest, and anything else survival game related that you'd like to talk about. If you like more content like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.